So I've been using my LG 1440p Nano IPS 34-inch ultra-wide monitor for almost 4 years now. And it was the perfect sweet spot for a gaming monitor for quite a while. But today we're gonna see if this new ultra-wide monitor from Asus is gonna take that claim for that sweet spot. Now this monitor has 3rd gen OLED technology, 100% window width HDR, clear pixel edge algorithm, extreme low motion blur, ultra-wide 34-inch, 800R curve, 240Hz refresh rate, a custom heatsink, 99% DC IP3, 0.03 milliseconds response time, an Asus Display Center, ROG Smart KVM, OLED care, uniform brightness, a Type-C with 90 watt, and a 2-year warranty. Yeah, I was just reading all that off the screen. That's because I don't like doing my monitor reviews where I'm just reading off tech specs, as I don't have stuff to test all the crazy stuff on monitors. We all know ratings is the place to go for that stuff. I like giving you the consumer perspective, the gamer perspective. How is it actually in day-to-day use for a gamer? And the first thing I want to share with you is the unboxing experience of this monitor. My gosh, was it packed phenomenal. Every little piece that came with it was separately packaged. The cables came in a bag and separately packaged in there as well. Hands down the best monitor unboxing or packaging I have ever seen. Right along with that, the assembly, it has that nice clip-in monitor right there. As you can see, the 2 tabs on the bottom which connect there, which are going to go in line with that RGB, which I'll show you in a second. Again, it snaps right in there and you can snap it right out. Also has a nice little attachment there. If you want to VESA mount it to a stand or something, you can attach that right in there, screw it to your stand, and you're good to go. Very simple and easy. Now, another super cool little touch on this monitor is right on top of the stand, you actually can mount, say, a light, a microphone, or a little webcam just by screwing into the little shoe right there. It's super cool little touch. And you can also adjust this monitor on a stand. As you see, it goes really nice and high, and then you can pull it really nice and low as well. It also tilts back a good amount and then forward a little bit as well. Just make sure you don't grab it from the middle, because that is actually your controls down there, and most of the time you'll accidentally turn it off. And talking about the controls and connections of this monitor, you have one 1.4 display port, 2 2.1 HDMIs, a USB-C that can be used as a display, a headphone jack, 2 3.2 USBs, 1 2.0 USB, and then that USB-C that can be used as a power delivery at 90 watts, and you also have a digital optical cable on the back as well. And right in the middle, you're seeing our power button, our shortcuts, and then the little joystick, which we will be navigating through the menus later on. And how can I forget the RGB on this monitor? As you see, you have it right facing front on you with the ROG logo, down on the stand, that also goes down onto your desk, and then on the flip side of the monitor, you have the logo right back there. Looks really cool, honestly. Now, as far as that RGB on the back of the monitor, it never gave you that cool backlit effect on the back of your wall. Even if I had my lights off here, you never saw it. So again, it seems kind of pointless because it doesn't really do anything as far as your setup. It's just decorative back there, which again, you'll never see. I also want to talk about the curve of this monitor. Again, coming at 800R, which I think is the absolute perfect curve for an ultra wide. It was the same as my LG. By the way, not sure if I mentioned that, yes, you can turn this monitor left and right here as well. This is a minimal curve. Again, with being such an ultra wide big monitor, if it was flat, you'd be painting the screen a whole lot more. With that nice subtle curve, you can still get to the corners even if you're playing an FPS game or something. It does have the matte screen also, by the way, but again, with the minimal bend, you're not going to get these crazy reflections or glares anywhere on a monitor. So as far as controlling the OSD of this monitor, it's right underneath, again, this RGB logo. We're just going to press in that button on the middle, and you can see you can cycle through all your options here. The 2 buttons on the side, you got one on the left and the right. They will be your shortcuts. Bam. Now you see you got your power. Again, pressing that joystick and you navigate through. Let you know what you have up here. Again, 4040p, 240 hertz. Then you can slide it over here. Variable refresh rate, gaming plus, or you can put your FPS counter on the top right, which I'll show you here in a second. You got this crosshairs, sniper night vision, all that goofy kind of stuff. Over here, you can actually pick your color profile in the game visual, which I'll show you this in some games here shortly. Shadow boost, again, we'll talk about that in game. Over here, you can adjust your image, your brightness, uniform brightness, contrast, pixel, clear pixel edge. Now, this is something I want to focus on here. So I'm going to just click this over. This is where they're talking about like OLED. It's known to have a little bit of fuzzy, kind of blurry, not very sharp text. This is supposed to make it a little bit sharper. Oh, let me get back over here. So as I select and unselect clear pixel edge, I just want you to focus on our OSD. Kind of these red lines will probably be the best bit for you to tell. Again, you can see it in the text as well, but it's going to be a little bit easier for you to follow these red lines in the camera. So you see right now, they're pretty much straight and really sharp. When I press clear pixel edge, they kind of expand out. I don't want to say they get blurry, but they definitely get a lot softer. And I think that's what it's doing here, since right now it's sharp and you're gonna see, again, some of those jaggeds being with the OLED, but whenever I sit it here, it's gonna kind of soften everything up and kind of try to like round everything out a little bit. As you see with the lines, again, thinner, now they get fatter. Now down here in color, you can adjust your display color space. I leave mine on a DCI P3. It just feels pretty nice. sRGB is a little bit kind of muted down. Wide gamut's pretty nice as well, but personal preference, your color temperature, saturation, all that stuff. Input select. Over here is your picture-in-picture. With ultra-wide, you can split it. You got your lighting. Again, this is for the stuff on the back, and then down here on the bottom, as far as your shortcuts, which you can set right here as far as controlling the arrows, and then your 2 buttons down there, and then again, just your basic system settings. Now, you also have that Asus display widget that you can pretty much adjust everything we were talking about down there up here in this app, as you see all those settings. Now, going from one to the other as far as your color profiles, right now I got them on scenery. Say I come over here to FPS, you can see this little thing start to load. So it does take a little second. It's not incredibly long, but again, it does take a lot longer than controlling it straight through the monitor. As you see it trying to buffer there, but you can adjust all your brightness and stuff. This might be easier to actually control in game, being able to do a quick, easy adjustment rather than fondling with that little knob down there, right? Then you got Game Plus where you can adjust all that stuff. FPS counter like we looked at, those crosshairs, OLED setup as far as screensavers and all that, system settings, power savings, and then that multi-screen as far as ultra-wide, how you want it split up in there. So the display widget is super cool and convenient for sure, but I do find myself going the classic route and just controlling it on the monitor itself. So now let's talk about what's most important with the monitor, actually using it and gaming on it. Right now you're looking at Destiny 2 and you're looking at character selection here, and I want to kick it off with right here, as you're looking at the menu, you're seeing my Warlock with the red background, the yellow letters. Now, of course, you're going from my screen into the camera and then now to your screen, so it might look a little bit different for you, so just follow along. Anyways, and go back in here into our controls. Where is it? We got to go to gaming. Here we are. Gaming visuals. I'm in scenery mode right now, so when I come down here to racing, as you see right there, it really brightened everything up. As you see up here, the grays really transform up there. Come down here to scenery mode. The black kind of comes down and the gray start transitioning down there. FPS, and you can see it gets even brighter as well, grayer to kind of kill off some of those shadows. What I like doing is, again, scenery mode. Then you come down here to shadow boost, and you go to level 1, level 2, level 3, which does small increments of that, right? Now you come down here to level 1, which is kind of right there where we saw before, but when you leave it to off, I don't know, it just gives a little bit more of a natural kind of look. The bad thing about it is right over here, again with OLEDs, your blacks are blacks. Take a look how dark my character is. Like, you can't really see many of the details of his outfit right there. You just really see it up here. If I go back, go up to game visuals, go back to racing mode, now you can definitely see those grays and that brown down here on his pants. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into a strike right here just so you can see the performance of it. Now what I'm also gonna do is go in here to, I believe it's in game mode, we're gonna turn on that FPS counter. I'm gonna put it in a number so you can see it on the top right up there. I'm running a 47 Ti with an i9, and you can see I'm not gonna hit that 240 hertz on this monitor. So talking about it being the new sweet spot coming from 144, which again, I got all the performance I needed out of my system to the monitor. Again, that's why that was that sweet spot. So right now, no, I'm not getting that 240 hertz. I'm not taking full advantage of this. I'll have to get a new GPU. And then, again, you'll be able to get that full performance. You can see it's bouncing up to the 180s now, but once it gets, oh, he's on our side. Once you get into a heated battle, gets hot and heavy, you're going to see it start dropping quite a bit. As you see, there we go. Now we're staying down there into the, way down to 92. So again, is it, you know, you might be thinking, oh, well, it's not that sweet spot for me because I don't have that newer GPU. But again, you can definitely have that future-proofed aspect, which is what I really like. Now, the other thing I want to talk about while we're in here in a shooter talking about Destiny and the performance of it, it is butter smooth. Even talking, me only getting those 140s to 150s, I mean, I got no blurry. You can just see me go like this. Like, I can sit here and do that UFO test and, you know, whatever, but just sitting here gaming. And I'm one that really cares about the performance and, again, the motion blur. This is just butter. Like, no joke, left to right. Again, take into account you're going from my screen to my camera, which only captures at 30, and then out of your screen, whatever that may be. Hey, how'd they get over there? Oh, we jumped up there. Okay, I'm over here thinking it's the old strike where you got to go down there and pick up the little core down here. All right, I'm lost. But as you see, the colors and the performance of this thing is absolutely jaw-dropping gorgeous here. I mean, just look at that. Now we were in erasure mode. I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to, where were we? Game visuals, scenery mode. And you can see it gets a little bit darker. And the thing I really like about scenery mode, you can just tell by the weapon right there and then the reds up here. You got a really nice natural look right here. So I do catch myself, okay, as I miss my jump, I do catch myself using scenery mode almost quite a bit. As much as I like the racing mode where it's nice, bold, and vibrant, scenery just pulls you into the game a little bit more and gives you that nice natural type of color palette. So now we are sitting here playing Diablo, and I am still in that scenery mode that we just left from Destiny. And as you can see in Diablo, you get that really nice natural type of look here. It just, again, pulls you into that world because nothing looks oversaturated or overdone. Now I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna show you it actually in racing mode. So we put it there, and now in Diablo, since a lot of the colors are washed out already, you can see it kind of got that a little bit more faded look. I don't even want to say it made it, I mean, you can see the reds definitely popped out a little bit more, but it just gave it a little bit of a washed out look. So let me go on and get this beast real quick, then we'll dabble back down here. So let's get to our game visuals, and we'll go down to cinema mode. This is what I really like in Diablo. So you see it definitely darkened it up a significant amount for sure, there's no denying, but wow, you kind of got that vibrancy and that natural color. It's a really nice combo. So again, I think pending per game, whatever you're gonna be playing, you're gonna really have to dabble with your own preferred settings. It's not, oh, hey, these are the settings to use here. Yeah, I really find myself more than many other monitors dabble in changing my settings per game, where a lot of other monitors I kind of set it and forget it. Still, as far as performance in Diablo, as you can see up there, it's bouncing around all over the place. I'm down to 130 up to 240. I mean, it's just going pretty crazy here because Diablo is just a crazy game. There's so much going on at different times, you know. But I will tell you what, to the eyes here, with me using a 4070 Ti, of not getting the full performance out of this monitor, I mean, still, no questions asked. It is absolutely butter smooth. Again, no hiccups, no delays, no nothing. It is absolutely gorgeous right here. Now, the last game I want to show you is Palworld. And my gosh, trust me, the hype is real. This game is amazing, and that's coming from someone that is not a Pokemon fan whatsoever. This game is so fun. But anyways, this is a game-in-game preview here, and just take a look at the frames up there. Now, I got all of my settings set to high. I just think the game honestly looks better with the settings set on high. Everything just flows a little bit better. When you put it into epic, it's almost like things are trying to mesh together too much. So anyways, even still with this game set at high, which is in game preview, you can still see I'm only averaging 110, 115, if even. If we go down here and get into a battle, let's go and see what happens. But we're flying around, we're still getting around there. But man, you know what? I forget which mode we were in. Let me see again. I think we were in... let me see, game visuals. Yeah, we're in cinema mode. Let's see if we go to racing and kind of pull it out a little bit more vibrant. And then if we go down here to scenery mode, even more washed out, kind of cartoon looking. Cinema mode's pretty nice because it really pulls those shadows out. I mean, the colors are just, look at the shadows coming through. Even though this is a game preview game, it still looks amazing. I mean, across every game we tested, the colors are bold, vibrant, natural. You can really tweak it to what you want. And the blacks, obviously with an OLED, they're just super crisp. And again, with it being at 240 hertz and me still not being able to max out that performance by any means, it is still butter smooth. Like, I mean, the grass, when I'm walking, I'm not seeing all that blurriness in the grass. Now, I'm sure you guys are seeing it in the camera, but as far as me, even averaging 100, 110, yeah, we better get away from that big guy. We're not gonna be able to take him down. It's still looking butter smooth. So talking about this monitor being $1,300, again, not cheap by any means, but heck, are any gaming monitors cheap? The other thing I want to show you here, which is something you might compare it up to, is if you take a look at the LG 34-inch ultra-wide, the XG349C, coming in at $780. On Amazon, it's even cheaper, $770. But again, you got your IPS, 1 millisecond, 180 hertz, which is fine, right? We were barely hitting that here. So again, that's not a big issue, 1440p. But again, the thing I want you to focus on here is not really, again, the hertz, the refresh rate of it or anything. I want you to focus on OLED, right? You might be looking, well, I'm not gonna be able to utilize that. I can save half the money and really come closer to that and get more bang for my buck. Sure, but number one, you're future-proofed over here. But other than that performance, I want you to focus on OLED, and that's what justifies it here. So again, circling back to my question, do I think this is the new sweet spot? Yes, I hands down think it is. Next up will be 4K once we can actually push it. Let me know what you think about this monitor down in the comments. Do you believe it's also the sweet spot? Do you believe it's too expensive, or OLED's just, you don't really need it right now? Let me know what you think down in the comments. Really curious. And make sure to subscribe and hit that bell, because I also got another monitor coming up shortly here, which is awesome. It is such an awesome monitor. So make sure to check that one out as well. And thank you so much for coming along for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope I was able to help you out. If I was, please hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And I hope I catch you in the next one. Bye now.